Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. This is our 1930s gymnasium slash barn slash world headquarters, whatever you want to call it. We recently purchased this off of Dirt Perfect. This is going to be a building that we can grow into as far as storage and use for the channel, and we're pretty excited about it, but it didn't come without flaws. This building is very close and on the verge of collapsing, but we've been doing quite a bit of work here recently, and I'll put a playlist in the description. That's a complete lie. I always forget to put the playlist in the description, but we do have a playlist of everything we've done so far if you look for it on the channel. I'm doing some stabilization on the inside and getting this thing ready to lift and jack up into place and get it back to its original glory. On the video just previous to this, we started doing some concrete buttress work on the outside of this to try and reinforce this CMU wall. It's got a little bit of lean to it, and today we're going to get that buttress forming work finished and try to get that concrete poured, fingers crossed. So here's what we got done on the previous video. We're using these new Dura ICF to form this up. One, the forms came with the building, and two, they're just quick and easy to form up. And here's where we're at. We still have some more work to do on that, but before we do that, I want to get the fourth one, this one right here, caught up. Which means we got to try to get this old girl fired up. It's about 20 degrees this morning. She does not like to start in the cold. A lot of people suggested changing out the glow plugs, and I would, except it doesn't have any. It's got an intake manifold heater, which functions, but the ignition switch back here, which is used to operate that intake manifold heater, does not work. That position doesn't work anymore. So I haven't chased down the wiring or spent any time on that yet, because honestly it was summer and it wasn't a problem, but it's probably something I ought to jump on at some point. We're gonna go super slow with her because there's the whole not knocking the building thing down we're trying to do. Oh yeah, paid by the hour, baby, paid by the hour. So that hole's dug. We got the mess shoved off to the side for now. I want this, there we go. I got the backhoe bucket cleaned out as well, because we're gonna have to rig something up to do concrete. The bottom part of that we can shoot with concrete truck, but I'm not paying $1,000 for a line pump. That's what it is. We're at, well, it's $800 for a line pump, $1,000 for a pump truck to pump a quarter of a yard on the top. We'll rig something up with the backhoe bucket. I was bragging about this new electric heated jacket the other day that my in-laws bought for me for Christmas. And the Admiral let me know that it was her idea, and she's the one that told them to buy it for me. So I got to give credit to the Admiral on that. So I put Tapcons in here as a way to mark the top of the footer. We're going to reset the laser to that. Fast is high, slow is low, steady is perfect. Come down just a little bit. I'll do it. So now we got that one caught up, we're going to go ahead and start doing all the strapping on all of these. The first one is going to be on the bottom, and that's going to be so we can attach an end cap to that, so obviously the concrete doesn't flow out, you know, into the wall. That's common sense. So I've got those all in place, ready to go. The way that's going to work is we'll cut some of that 7/16 OSB, and it'll go across the front of it. And then all these I got pre-cut sitting here ready to go. We'll go right across the front. You'll see. But we can't cap that with OSB yet because I don't have all the rebar. I still got to get that picked up and slid into place. So we're on hold, but everything's kind of placed and ready to go. The next thing we got to do is figure out what I'm going to do at the top, because I don't know yet. You know, we're making it up as we go, and I need to get that figured out, and then we can fill in. Well, I got a plan. It took me a whole 5 minutes to come up with, so I'm sure it's a good one. I ended up having a little bit of scrap left over from the YouTube yacht up at the house. Just went and grabbed that and notched it to the top. Heights worked out perfect. Got a little spray foam to do in that gap, but overall not too bad. And I got these left over from earlier. That'll tie the top in. And then we'll do the wood screws now, and then I'll come back and run my Tapcons in there. So now I got those ran on. Can you tell I'm just ready to pour concrete? I'm just skipping through a lot of footage, moving quick. Hopefully that's okay with you. That's ready. The next step is the very top. So my initial thought was to use something in the loader and put some wood in here where you could load it up, roll it, and it just kind of channels it to one side, which I've done before on the 755 for smaller stuff, and it works pretty well. But now I'm standing here staring at this 1 foot bucket. And although it's a lot less concrete per trip, in theory the machine's gonna sit in one spot per buttress, right? And if I could load that, of course then the problem becomes I can't curl out because of where the building's at. But if I can put that bucket on backwards from this end maybe, I'm thinking about it. I just don't know if it's gonna work, but I know how to find out. I've never had that bucket on there, so I don't even know if that bucket, it looks vastly different. That 1 foot bucket's not even close. I mean, it would not fit in any way, shape, or form. Flip this fella around and see what she does. Get her cleaned out. I think that'd be a better option than using the loader. Let's try it. So it is pour day. Concrete's coming at 2 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock right now. Had some rebar delivered yesterday, so first thing we're gonna do is get this rebar cut and placed, staged where it needs to go. We're using grade 60, number 4 bar. These are gonna be vertical pieces. Seems like every industry in construction kind of picked and made up its own measurement system. Like when you go get hardwood or rough cut lumber, it's always measured in quarters, you know, 4/4, 8/4. A lot of people just say 2 inches, but it's gonna be 8/4. With rebar, they went with 1/8 inch. So number 4 bar is 4/8 or 1/2 inch. Number 5 bar is 5/8. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's the way it is. So we've got all the rebar placed in there. It just sits in those little clips like that. And then it alternates. You'll see that one's on that side and this one's on that side. And that way, whenever the vertical goes in, it goes right down the middle, right where it needs to be. So that's all cut and installed, and then the vertical is all staged and ready. Just using some of the old zip system off-fall from the YouTube yacht. So I got each one of these cut for the front, and the first piece that's gonna go on there. Let's get all those attached. We're getting, closer. So we got all the bottom pieces on, and then we got that next piece on, but it's just tacked on the bottom. The top's still kind of flopping loose because that'll have to come back off whenever we actually pour. We're going to start by running it down into there. But I had to get that tacked on so I could get an accurate measurement on all of these for the next piece to go in there. All right, so those are all cut and test fit into place. Next step is going to be getting the tops capped for that end piece. 11. I'm 18. Use my new fancy smancy ladder here. Love these things. They're heavy. They're heavy. Man, are they awesome. And no, it's not the name brand, it's the off brand, but that's okay. It'll still do the trick. Need a tape measure. Well, I forgot to order 2x4s on that lumber order. It's okay. We'll just rip up this 2x6 real quick. Got it under the old board holder. Just hope no traffic comes by in the next couple minutes. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just go down and pre-start all the screws on these caps. It took me about 15 minutes to get all these screws started and ready, and that's just something I don't want to mess with whenever I'm actually pouring the concrete. So this way they're prepped, staged, and ready to go. The next thing we got to do, the next step we have is I got to run some braces across the front of these to keep them from, getting too wild on us like that, and to help support that front just a little bit. It's 12:45. We're getting close though. So this is what I ended up doing here. Just a 2x4 on the bottom, a 2x6 on top. See, what could happen, what I'm worried about, this seam right here between these two blocks, right there, there's nothing holding those bottom two to this on the front side. So as the concrete sits there and bounces off these webs, it could unsnap this end of the block and push it down. Obviously we don't want that. So now we got this in place. It'll hold that front end for us plenty strong, keeps everything locked in place. And the OSB goes down and grabs that bottom course, so hopefully that holds that up for us. Once we get the first two courses full, it's no issue, but the next thing I need to do is we just need to make sure this thing fires up. We'll let it run and warm up for a little bit. It's about 45 right now, temperature-wise. That way she's just ready to go, warmed up. I'm betting it's warm enough she'll do it on her own. But why risk it on concrete day? Okay, try her again. There we go. One really tricky thing about this is I definitely lose depth perception as far as where the edge of my bucket is. So a trick for this is I can hang something with a little weight off the edge of this, and it almost acts like a plumb bob to show me where the end is at.
So we're gonna rig that up real quick. So I wasn't able to necessarily get good screws in these at the bottom, not as good as I would like. So we're just finding some ICF block and jamming it down in there. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just enough to keep some pressure on it. Give her a ye old boot. That'll do it. That'll do it. So I decided to go ahead and put the 10-footers, well, all the vertical in. And then that way, whenever we're pouring, I don't have to worry about it. And then all I gotta do to keep it off the ground is come in and just work it up and down a little bit. Don't listen. I know. I saw it when I did it. Everything's fine. I think we are ready. I just ran through, put some bonus screws in just because I got the time. It is exactly 2:02 right now. I got all my tools and everything laid out where I need them. That's going to be the first board to go on. We're going to start on this end. He's passing the market now. Also, in all the preparation for this, the microphone's got like 15% left, you know? Yeah, you'll have that sometimes. Made that turn, no problem. The space looks really small when you put a concrete truck in it. Hey, can you hold that board? Just set it underneath there. Thank you. Got a real fancy concrete bucket rigged up behind him. Let's just go to the next one. I think that's fine there.
It's all you, Captain. Oh man, we forgot our ladder. Following the plan. Stand down about 5 or 6 inches. There you go. I'll give you a C minus. I'm gonna try to take you folks up here with me. I'll apologize in advance if I drop you down the hole. This is difficult to do two-handed. It's even more difficult to do while I'm holding you guys. So we gotta make sure we get good video. Captain Kleeman. All right, catch your people.
Oh. Go! The microphone died. I'm a little dead inside myself. The daylight's slowly fading. This is my favorite time. Concrete truck's gone. Equipment shut down. It's just the quiet at the end of the day. By the way, I didn't ask Dirt Perfect to come and help. He just had a question and knew I was working down here today and came around the corner and boom, concrete truck, you know. There was a disappointment look for sure, but he was here at that point, and huge shout out for him because I could have done it myself. I probably would have been here for another hour and a half at this point, and it was awesome having an extra set of hands. So I can't thank Mike enough for that. And that concrete truck driver, fantastic. That dude is great, awesome driver, huge help. That's what I love about these small town batch plants. They always take care of the customers, and I love it. I did go down and dig some of the concrete out around each one and smooth out the bottom because there is a chance in the future that I just come up with a crazy ample amount of time and we put like limestone or something on the side of these. I don't know. I just wanted a good clean level footer around the bottom in case I ever want to lay any type of veneer stone on it. So I did get those cleaned up on the bottom. They look halfway decent. The real question is going to be, are we solid behind there? Did we get it vibrated enough? That was not fun. That was not even close to fun. Every now and then there's a point in your life where like, I wonder if I dislike using regular concrete mix in a wall to do monopores. Yeah, I still don't like it. If I'd have poured the footers the other day, we'd use the mix we had today with that large aggregate, poured it, come back, stack these blocks, and we would have used a wall mix, which uses pea gravel, and we would have rained it out quite a bit wetter. So it would have just kind of flowed. We wouldn't have had to work it quite as much. We use that mix with the bigger aggregate in it, hot water in it to help it set up. It's above freezing tonight where we're at, so no concerns there. Plus, it is an insulated concrete form, so that doesn't really matter. Anyway, for us. And how about a round for the old Ford 555 paying for itself again? Saving me the money of getting a line pump or a pump truck. Not bad. Earning their keep for sure. Don't hit it too hard. I gotta get my tools picked up. You guys ask as many questions as you want because this video comes out tomorrow, and tomorrow I will be down here working on this. The next video, getting this all pulled off, cleaned up, and then starting on, this opening right here so we can blow that thing out, get an 8-foot opening, and start to get stuff in there like the tractor and the Fubru. So ask your questions all you want on this video, and I will get them answered on the next video about this project. I cannot thank you guys enough for watching. It was not fun, but it definitely feels good that it's done. Hey, that rhymed. Not? That's cool, huh?